Welcome to the Samwelb12 Experience,
where we have you covered for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Blue Jays, and more. Make sure to subscribe today.
You're watching Samwelb12 Experience.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. Today is the day. It's Free Agent Frenzy. Excuse me, and we're about to kick it off and get some trades on the board. It opens in literally 3 minutes from now. In 3 minutes, people will be able to make their trades, sign their guys, get things done. It is going to be awesome. So what's up, EC3? How's it going? NMC, Dave, welcome in. Good to see everybody here. Hayden, what's up? Welcome to the show. We're going to have some fun today. We're going to be with you for a little bit. We're going to see, where do some of these people go? There's a lot of big names on the board, a lot of big free agents, and there have been some signings that have taken place already, and those are just extensions in the way of Lindstrom, Gustav Lindstrom. He signed in Detroit. Eric Branston signed in Ottawa. These are just extensions. Matt Loof, Jacob Berard-Decker, Oliver Ekman-Larsson signs in Florida. That was somebody who was bought out, and he signs in Florida. That's actually a great pickup for the Panthers. And Klim Kostin signs in Detroit, where he was moved over to. John, how's it going? That's right. Leafs are going to be in for a little bit of trouble. And there's a lot of folks that are not returning to the Leafs. And it's a little disheartening, if you will, a little disappointing. Insert your term, if you will. It's going to be hard. Ryan O'Reilly was not signed. Michael Bunting was not signed. Kerfoot and Hall. Yeah, it's okay. So Luke Shen, a lot of folks not returning to the Leafs. Now, that's not to say they're not returning. It's not to say they're not. They just didn't get extended. They didn't re-sign. So there is a chance that they could test free market, see what's going on, and then ultimately sign back. I'm a sticker. What's going on? Welcome in. Adventures with David. Welcome in. I'm fantastic. Hope you're doing well as well. And again, thanks for coming in. This was a very last minute thing we decided to do to get it up and running today. But how can I resist? I was going to be watching it anyway, so we may as well hang out and talk about it together. One of the big rumors for the Leafs, of course, is Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves set to become a Maple Leaf, which is, I don't know if I like this or not. 36 years old Reeves. Apparently, he has signed or will be signing a 3-year, $1.35 million cap hit. So $1.35 a year. We'll see if that's going to be true or not. Dan, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, John, I know it's going to be crazy. And yes, happy Canada Day to all the Canadians here, and happy July 4th, a little early for you friends across the border. All right, we're 3, 2, 1. It is officially open. Free agency is open for business. Let's get the horn going. There it is. Jonathan, what's going on? Welcome in. Here we go. Free agency is open. Who is going to be the first trade? Or the first signing, excuse me. Last year in 2022, between the first hour, there were 19 deals announced worth $167 million. In 21, there were 33 deals announced worth $225. So let's see if it is going to happen today. They're open. We are on the clock. Who's going to be that first trade? We have so many windows open going on now. We are watching Twitter. We are watching every area. And here we go right away. Jesper Fast. He's going to re-sign in Carolina. Just squeaks in there. 2 years, $4.8 million in total, 2.4. Antti Ranta also signing in Carolina. 1 year, $1.5 million for Antti Ranta. Wow, so Carolina gets the first couple on the board here. Twitter is working for you. Twitter is crazy when it comes to these things. it's so hard to watch what's going on and where things are going. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Sudden change. Matt Nito apparently is going to go to Pittsburgh for 2 years. Okay, okay. The other big thing we're watching is the Austin Matthews story. Austin Matthews has been going back and forth, and there was rumors they might get something done today. We didn't think initially they would, but it is going to be very, very close. Ron, how's it going? Welcome in. Is it just me, or do you guys miss hockey? We absolutely miss hockey. You are not alone there, my friend. Dallas, what's going on? Dallas coming in from poolside. What's up, Dallas? All right, we're waiting to see. Give us the big signing. And I'm just refreshing everything here. So Joel Edmondson gets a trade. He's going over to the Caps. So we got a trade straight off the board. So here it is. Antti Ranta showing up here. We just talked about that. Washington signing Hunter Shepard, so some small shinings. Nothing about Achari, Hayden. I haven't seen anything about Achari yet. Adam Fantilli, he officially signs his entry-level contract. So nice. Adam Fantilli, he was drafted 3rd overall just a couple of days ago, signs his entry-level deal. 3 years, and it's about $950,000 a year. So he signs in Columbus. And a big rumor came out apparently that he had made it quite clear to the GMs that he wanted to go to the Columbus Blue Jackets, which would explain why he dropped down from pick number 2 for Anaheim to go to pick number 3. If he really expressed interest, he only wanted to go to Columbus. I'm hearing my Maple Leafs. Oh, you're wearing your Maple Leaf shirt. Getting some luck today. It's going to be interesting to see what the Maple Leafs do. I'm actually headed to Calgary today, so maybe I'll see. Fire, you never know. You never know what you may see coming across. Okay, big rumor coming up on the board. Luke Schenn going to Nashville. Oh, no, this is devastating. He was so good coming over to Toronto. We haven't seen it official yet, but the rumor board is saying Schenner is going to Nashville. So that's one of the targets for the Leafs off the board. I'm actually surprised he didn't re-sign. They were working on him, but they just couldn't get it done. Wow, that is I'm not happy about that. I was so hard on the Leafs when they signed Luke Schenn to begin with, and I didn't think they were going to actually go through with it. They did it, and I was so impressed with him in the playoffs. Such a hard-hitting, great defenseman, and it looks like he's going to Nashville. So the Predators getting a nice little pickup there. Wow, shocking. Shocking. All right, I can't believe it. Let's see here. Anything new coming around? Well, we got things blowing up all over the place here. One of the big targets we're waiting to see as well is going to be Connor Brown. Connor Brown, who was with the Leafs when he started out, moved over to Ottawa. Then I believe it was LA he went to. And he's rumored to either be coming to Toronto or to Edmonton. So both those Canadian teams in on Connor Brown. John says, I'm not happy about Luke Schenn leaving. I am right there with you, John. I got to figure out how to change the background on our chats here. Change these colors so we can post your comments up on the board as they come in. Let's see if this does the trick. 3 years, 2.75 an average for Luke Schenn going over. So did that? Wow. Why is it always Connor? There you go, Dallas. Another Connor, and he's a good one too. I like Connor Brown. Okay, we changed that, so that works. So we will bring your comments up on the board. Wow, Schenn to Nashville. Yeah, Nashville just got a whole lot stronger. The question will be, can they sustain, can they keep up with a full season? Luke Schenn was good, but if you remember when he came to Toronto, he didn't play a lot at first. He kind of was saved up. Fans of the Green Bay Packers, what's going on? Welcome in. Exploring with Aaron, welcome in. Great to see you here. Thanks for joining us today for some free agent action. Of course, if you haven't already booped that like, give it a little boop. And if you haven't shared out the stream, if you wouldn't mind, share it out on the Twitter. Wow. So in the Edmondson deal, it looks like Montreal is retaining 50% of Edmondson's contract. Got some NBA news as well. Looks like Damian Lillard is signing with. Where's he going? Oh, he requested a trade. Damian Lillard requested a trade, and for the Toronto fans, Fred Van Vliet is out of here. Van Vliet signing with the Houston Rockets. So Toronto losing good players all the way around with Van Vliet going to Houston. That's a big loss for the Raptors. I don't know exactly what the Raptors are going to do. Aaron's Vegas Golden Knights fan. Yeah, Knights are going to be in a interesting spot to see. They did have a good signing the other day when they brought in Barbashev, re-signing Barbashev. That was a great deal. And then Vegas also sending Riley Shen out of town. So gonna be interesting to see what else Vegas does. A lot of big names on the board who we're expecting to see. Of course, Patrick Kane tops that, but he's injured. He had surgery, is back working out, so I don't expect Canner to sign today. You have Jonathan Taves, who's on the board. Again, his health is questionable. We don't know if he's going to sign. You got Blake Wheeler on the board. That would be a good pickup. You got Matt Duchene, who the Nashville Predators bought out. So Matt Duchene is available. Tarasenko is available. He would be a solid pickup. Ryan O'Reilly, of course, we saw Ryan O'Reilly and what he did for the Leafs. He would be a good pickup. Klingberg, he'd be an expensive pickup on the D-line. And of course, Alex DeBrincat, where is he going to go? Eric Johnson, Lucic, Matt Dumba. Jonathan Quick. So here's one. Jonathan Quick. Big rumor that the old LA King goalie who kind of got traded around to Vegas, I'm hearing he could end up with the New York Rangers. So it'd be interesting to see if Quick goes to the Rangers. No Kane in Buffalo. So let's see who else. There's so many good names on this list. One of the other big rumors going out there is Freddie Anderson. And Dubas has a bit of a liking for Freddie Anderson, and Pittsburgh is in need of a goaltender. So could we see Frederik Anderson signing over in Pittsburgh? So some of the rumors we're seeing on the board. So lots going on. Of course, Kerfoot, Andreas Johansson, an ex-Leaf. He couldn't cut it in New Jersey. I actually thought he wasn't going to make it in the NHL. Keller Yamamoto, he was moved over to Detroit in a nice move there. Waiting to see if he does re-sign. So lots of people still available on the free agent list. It's going to take a little bit of time for these deals to start rolling through and coming around. Now, I know, like a lot of you, we are Leaf fans. A lot of us here are Leaf fans, and that Luke Schenn deal is a little bit of a kick in the pants. When we look at the Leafs roster right now, they had 10 unrestricted free agents that they weren't able to really get done. So who do they have left right now? Who are the Maple Leafs forwards? Well, if we look at that team, Austin Matthews, we're waiting to see if he's going to sign a deal. We got John Tavares. He's there. Mitch Marner. Of course, Nylander. Will Nylander sign an extension? The core four together for one more season. Leaf, what's going on? They did not sign Schenn. Schenn signed with the Nashville Predators. Pretty sure Ryan Reeves got signed to the Leafs. That's the big rumor, Leafs fan Lucas. That is the big rumor. We're just waiting to see that become official. Big signing with David Kempf a couple of days ago. We signed Kempf for 4 years at $2.4 million. I love that. We got Yarncroc signed up for another couple of years at 2.1. Sam Lafferty, he's got 1 year under his belt. And of course, we got 2 years with Matthew Knives, and we re-signed Pontus Holmberg for 2 years. And that's it for the Leafs forwards. So the Leafs kind of need a team. And it looks like here, Kevin Weeks breaking it. Connor Brown signing with Edmonton. Oh, I was so hoping he was going to make it back to Toronto. So Connor Brown going to sign with Edmonton. Edmonton picking up 2 of the 3 Connors. And Connor McDavid, Connor Brown. The only one they're missing is Connor Bedard. But wow, what a pickup for Edmonton. That is going to really add some offense to the Oilers and some grit. Not like the Oilers need offense, but man, they are just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. With that pickup right there, for me, that moves Edmonton to the top of my list to be a Stanley Cup contender. They are going all at it. Michael Bunting on this list. Where will he go? Who will sign him? Still looking at the Leafs side of things, still looking at the Leafs on our defensive side, We got Riley signed up. We did not buy out TJ Brody, so we still got Brody. We got Jake McCabe, Timothy Liljegren, Connor Timmins, and Mark Giordano. So definitely some work needed. They did extend a qualifying offer to Ilya Samsonov. He is a restricted free agent. They're going to work that one out. The Yamamoto Kostin trade with Detroit is terrible for Edmonton. I agree, Leaf. It was a big move. Both those Oilers, Kostin and Yamamoto, were key contributors, but they needed cap space. Edmonton, much like Toronto, is up against the wall. They do not have a whole lot of money to work with, and they got to figure something out real quick. So we talked about earlier, Oliver Ekman-Larsson signing a 1-year deal with Florida. I really like that move. It's a good move for Florida. He'll be a good stay-at-home defenseman. Oh my gosh, are you telling me we're hearing Ryan O'Reilly also going to Nashville? Ryan O'Reilly to Nashville 4 years at $4.5 million. Toronto, you couldn't sign Ryan O'Reilly for $4.5 million over 4 years? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, and here it is, Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves, as we said earlier, 3 years, 1.35. I hate this deal. What is going on? We lose Luke Schenn to Nashville. We lose Ryan O'Reilly to Nashville. And now we bring on Pillow Hands, Ryan Reeves, 3 years, 1.35. Oh, my dear Lord. Oh, my God. This is crazy. Nashville is definitely going to be a contender. Oh my gosh, Nashville, boy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that means we're going to have to hear from On the Go with CeeLo all year long. Nashville just got a whole lot stronger. I know the Leafs needed toughness. But Ryan Reeves is not the toughness. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Surf Bomb, what's going on? Thank you, my friend, and happy July 4th to you in a couple of days. So the Toronto Maple Leafs losing Ryan O'Reilly, losing Luke Schenn, and signing Ryan Reeves. Ryan Reeves. Oh boy. That hurts. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you like Ryan Reeves? Are you a fan of Ryan Reeves? Do you think he helps this team? So 3 years, he's 36. That means we have him until he's 39. These are the years when you just deteriorate as a player. You get slower, you get softer. Oh. I don't even know. I'm at a loss for words right now with that Ryan Reeves signing. Oh my gosh. That hurt. Now, Elliot Friedman is breaking that move with Ryan O'Reilly. I haven't seen it come across, but if he's reporting it, it is probably correct. He's also reporting Kevin Sternland to Florida, 1 year times $1 million. Oh man, this is crazy. Terrible signing. I hope Reeves is trade bait, but knowing Toronto, he's going to be a 3rd or 4th liner. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. He's probably going to end up sitting on that 3rd or 4th line. I just don't even I don't even know what to make of this. I mean, you're building, essentially Toronto has to build their bottom 6 right now, right? They're building their bottom 6. They have David Kempf, who's going to fit in there. They have Sam Lafferty, who's going to fit in there. And now you got Ryan Reeves. Yikes. This is not what we wanted to see. Terrible signing. John agrees. So everybody agreeing that this is not a great signing by the Maple Leafs. And again, if you're coming in, if you wouldn't mind, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button. It helps us out immensely. So we would appreciate it. I mean, 1.35. I'd be curious to see how it breaks down. It says it's an average value. So it probably means most of that is going to be next year. And then year 2 and year 3 are lower and lower. So that way he does become trade bait. Exploring with Aaron. No. No, Matthews still has one more year. Matthews still has one more year here in Toronto. The question is, do they get him done with an extension? I'm hearing mixed reviews on Matthews. Originally, I was hearing kind of the 2 to 3 year. Then there were some reports that it was up to a 5-year at around 13 million. And then there was a rumor this morning of him at an 8-year deal, but nothing confirmed yet with Austin Matthews. Oh my gosh. I still can't get over this Ryan Reeves. This is absolutely insane. Just like, if they want toughness, they should sign Shannon Achari. They need to sign Achari now. If Achari goes to Nashville too, I quit. Nashville just got so strong. Like if we look at the Predators, let me pull up the Preds here right now, because I can't believe what great signings the Predators came up with. You know, Ryan O'Reilly, he's in there. Colton Sissons, Turinen, good young pick. Tomasino, Novak. Actually, Nashville lost a lot of forwards too. So actually, Nashville needs some help. Roman Yossi, he's still tied up there. Ryan McDonough, Tyson Barrie, Luke Shen. So the Nashville's defensive core is pretty good. And they got UC Saros. So their defense and their goalies is good. Looking at Nashville, their forwards are depleted. So is Ryan O'Reilly going to be your leader? Probably not. He will be a good player. He's going to be great for Nashville, but Nashville still has a lot of work to do. Okay, so I'm not as worried, but yeah, I'm bummed out that he is no longer a Toronto Maple Leaf. That was tough. That was tough. All right, they're going over who else is going to be breaking, who else is going to be moving. I'm sure deals have been being discussed, but they're kind of just starting to roll in. Man, social media is just going nuts about Ryan Reeves right now. That is the talk of the town for sure. I would have signed Shen to $2 million and Achari only wants one. That would be great if Achari only wants one. It looks like Varlamov is re-signing with the Islanders. So Varlamov is going to re-sign with the Islanders. Again, I'm not huge with Varlamov. Not a huge fan, but he's all right. Looks like James Van Riemsdyk is going to go to Boston. Wow. Riemsdyk going to the Boston Bruins. 1 year, $1 million. So again, Van Riemsdyk, the downside of his career, he can still score some goals. I think he will fit in nicely there with the Boston Bruins. So that is a very good pickup. Very good pickup for Boston. Oh my gosh. Crystal, what's going on? Welcome in. Yes, Reeves to Toronto. Toronto picking up the Ranger trash. The Rangers threw away and tried to dump it in Minnesota. And here he comes over to Toronto. Unbelievable. I can't believe that's the course. The course of action we're seeing right here. Connor Sheary looks like he's signing to stay in Tampa Bay. So Connor Sheary deal there. Again, we're waiting for a lot of these to become official and pop up on the board. Looks like James Van Riemsdyk is now official. Van Riemsdyk, he goes to the Boston Bruins. 1 year, $1 million. Curtis Joseph, what's going on? Welcome in. What did the Leafs do? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Are you sitting down? The Leafs signed Ryan Reeves to a 3-year deal. I don't think the Rangers should have even gotten rid of him, especially because the awful playoff run they had. Well, Crystal, I would, on behalf of Toronto, I would, with open arms, help get him on a plane and send him back to New York. Listen, let him prove me wrong. Oh, John, if that's the case, if that is the deal, if Tyler Bertuzzi has signed in Toronto, that will make me very, very happy. That would be a sweet signing. Tyler Bertuzzi, he was so good in Detroit. He's such a good hockey IQ, such a good hockey mind. Wow. My Twitter has crashed. I can't even access Twitter anymore. I'm being rate limited by Twitter. My gosh. All right, let's go to the side resource here. Let's see what's going on the Twitter talk. Oh, Twitter has crashed. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, my Twitter seems to be working as well. Won't be long before Joseph Reeves when he feeds Sam Bennett his lunch. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Ryan Reeves. Enough of Ryan Reeves. I want to see if that... Oh, here's a couple signings for New Jersey. Surf Bum. Couple of devil moves here. Michael McLeod, 1 year, $1.4 million. And Nathan Bastian, 2 years at a $1.35 million per year deal. So the Devils getting in with a couple signings there. I really want to see. I want to know if that Tyler Bertuzzi rumor has merit. Does that have legs? Because that would be awesome. So we're going through. Yeah, there's Ryan O'Reilly, 4 years at 4.5. I don't know why Toronto couldn't give him that. Oh, hang on. They're talking about 5 teams in on Michael Bunting. Bunting being shopped around. Leafs are interested in Bertuzzi, Bailey, and Domi. Leaf, I like all 3 of those. I think that would be good. So Michael Bunting has a number of teams inquiring about him. Will he decide to come back? I don't think so. Wow, a lot of NHL players coming out. Mark Mathot coming out in defense of Ryan Reeves on Twitter. Trashing the fans. Wow. Matt Duchene would be interesting for Toronto if they could make it work. Yeah, I'd love to see that. So lots going on. Some surprise moves in regards. I think so far the biggest surprises we've seen at this point is, Ryan O'Reilly and Luke Schenn both going to the Nashville Predators, and of course Connor Brown to the Edmonton Oilers. I think that is such a great signing. I still don't see that officially on the list, but that's what we've been talking about. If Michael Bunting signs with the Oilers as well, man, the Oilers, they're just stacked. Oh my gosh, that would be incredible. It would be absolutely wild. The Oilers right now are just getting everything done. So we have trade alerts going on like crazy. It is free agent frenzy. We got trades, we got free agents. The one trade we talked about earlier was Edmondson being moved across. Let me bring up I just lost my screen. Let me bring up that deal. We'll talk about what was part of that Edmondson move. So let me get this back up here. I expect to see more as well. What we're waiting for, what we're watching for is William Nylander. Him and the Leafs are very far away, and they are just not able to get anything cycled down. So we're waiting to see what's going to happen in the Nylander camp. Will he be on the move today? Any rumors still? Hellebuck to New Jersey. I have not seen any Hellebuck rumors right now. Have not seen anything on Hellebuck, but if we do, I will keep you posted for sure. Of course, with all the news going on, so many things are stopping. Okay, here's New York. New York, Crystal, if you're still in the house. Blake Wheeler signing to the New York Rangers. That is an awesome signing. Prep, what's going on? Welcome in. Good to see ya. That is a huge signing for the New York Rangers. Blake Wheeler. Wow, I love that deal for them. That's going to be awesome. Here was the deal for Joel Edmondson. Edmondson to the Washington Capitals in exchange for Montreal's 24 third rounder and 24 7th rounder. That was the trade that came in a little while ago. Wow, Blake Wheeler. That one, I did not see a target like the New York Rangers for him. That is a nice little pickup. Yeah, it's huge. Wheeler, great signing there. Blake Wheeler, waiting to see what the details are. Again, Wheeler's 36 years of age. So by hockey years, he's no spring chicken. But that's an awesome signing by the Rangers. Rangers dump Kane. So Kane is an unrestricted free agent. He's an unrestricted free agent, but he had surgery and he's healing. So Kane's going to be out for a while, but I would expect to see him sign somewhere a little later on. Rangers will just take all the old guys. Yeah. But Blake Wheeler is awesome. That is such a good move. I gotta take a little shot of that. And I gotta text that over to you know who is not part of watching what's going on. I don't even know if he's got his phone on him, but we'll send that over so he's aware of what the Rangers are doing. So again, yeah, if you're coming in, hit that like button. We'd appreciate it very, very much. And if you haven't subscribed, if you're just watching in the background, kindly hit that subscribe button as well. I hope Leafs sign Alex Killorn. Hey, I would be okay with that, John. I like Killorn. Killorn he's got some skills. He's a tough player as well. I think he'd fit in nicely. Mark, how's it going? Mark, yes, unfortunately, to give you a quick recap, Luke Shen and Ryan O'Reilly both signing with the Nashville Predators. Toronto signing Ryan Reeves to a 3-year deal. So Ryan Reeves to Toronto. And just coming in now, Blake Wheeler, 1 year at $800,000. Oh my gosh. What a great deal for the Rangers picking up Blake Wheeler, $800,000. He's still got some gas left in the tank. He can play. And of course, yeah, those exactly, Leaf. Let those rumors be true. That would be absolutely incredible. I really like that thought of Bertuzzi coming to Toronto. He was so good in Detroit, and I think he's been developing well. He's been improving his game. That would just be absolutely stellar if he was able to come and sign in Toronto. I mean, Toronto seems to be rumored with a lot of guys, which is always nice to see, but you got to take it, right, for a grain of salt. You don't know what's true and what's not. So don't get overly excited as of yet. Okay, William Nylander has officially submitted his 10-team no-trade list. If you don't know, because William Nylander has a no-move clause, as of today, July 1st, he was able to submit his team of the 10, or his list of the 10 teams he does not want to be traded to. So it's going to make it a little bit more interesting to work out a deal with Nylander. So will we see that come to fruition today? Because there's no way they're going to sign. Nylander is looking upwards of around 9 million, 10 million. Toronto wants to keep him in the 8s. With the Pierre-Luc Dubois signing, it kind of sets a little bit of a bar, and Nylander is just way too far away. So I don't know if they're going to be able to keep him. So the question is, do they move him today? So Blake Wheeler, the newest signing to come across, that one is awesome. We're kind of scouring to see what else is being talked about. Let's see, Ryan Reeves. If Twitter's still going nuts about Ryan Reeves. Yeah, everybody wants to see Achari coming back now. So Toronto fans on social media all over the map here. He's not what he once was, but he's not terrible. And to get a guy who can So Sid Sixero of Breakfast Television tweets out, one of the Maple Leafs' biggest problems is the best players won't go into the corners shift after shift during the most important time of the season. Ryan Reeves does absolutely nothing to solve that issue. Sid, I agree with you. That is a tough pick. Yeah, John, it seems a lot of people are in that same boat. Nylander does not deserve 9 to 10 million. Either trade him. I agree, Leaf. I agree. He is not a $9 to $10 million player. Would you rather have William Nylander or a Matt Tkachuk? You know, all of a sudden when you're talking about $9 million players, that's the type of list that you're looking at, right? It is a very, very exclusive list of superstars, and I don't think Nylander is part of that club. And to be frank, I don't think Mitch Marner should be part of that club either. And now, I understand Marner had back-to-back, what is he, 99, pretty much 100-point seasons. So I get it, right? I get it. But man, it's just tough. It's tough. Stravy, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us here today. All right, let's see who is the next chip to fall. Is McDavid the highest paid? Well, he won't be when Matthews gets his job done. Let's see. And it's funny because we're talking about guys signing for 10 million, 11 million, 12 million, where the NBA is talking about guys signing $40 million a season. It's crazy. So Dallas, to answer your question, Connor McDavid is making 12.5. Nathan McKinnon is making 12.6. And then you have Panarin, who's at 11.6. Matthews at 11.6. Erik Karlsson is at 11.5. Mitch Marner is at pretty much 11. He's at 10.9, which is just crazy. And if we scroll down, if we look in the nines, even you have Jack Eichel at 10, Barkov at 10, Kopitar at 10, Sagan at 9.8, Goudreau at 9.7, Werenski at 9.5, Jamie Benn at 9.5, Stone at 9.5, Kachuk at 9.5, Ovechkin at 9.5, Kucherov and Point at 9.5. So do I put Rantanen at 9.2? Do I put William Nylander in with those players? Nah. Roman Josi at 9. Skinner at 9. Hamilton. Kaprizov at 9. Makar at 9. This is where I put Nylander, kind of that next group. You know, you got Peter Angelo at 8.8. Timo Meyer at 8.8. Larkin at 8.7. Line at 8.7. Nylander and Line, that's who I kind of put together. You got Draisaitl at 8.5. Bo Horvat, Zibanejad, all at 8.5. That's where he fits. Pierre-Luc Dubois at 8.5. Prep coming in. Thank you, Prep, for the super chat. Signing Sam to my team for whooping $2 contract. I'll take it. Signed. Thank you very much, Prep. I appreciate the super chat. That's funny. Jonathan Quick just signed to the New York Rangers. There it is. Jonathan Quick. We called that earlier. Jonathan Quick going to the New York Rangers. Thank you, John. Yeah, we talked about that one a little earlier. It is now official. Quickie signs a 1-year, $825,000 contract. So another old guy to the New York Rangers. So you got Shesterkin getting a backup goaltender and Jonathan Quick. Quick is going to be a good coach, if you will, to work alongside. So there it is. Quick to the New York Rangers. That's a good signing. That's a good signing. He's going to play some backup. You know, maybe he plays 20 games, if that. But I think the big thing with Shesterkin is that will Jonathan 5 Quick. That's priceless. Surf Bum. That's awesome. That is awesome. Where can I gotta find a better spot for the comments. There we go. That is so funny. Rockin', what's going on? Best things in Canada. Samwelb and maple syrup. Love it, Rockin'. Thank you so very much. Where's Sydney on the money list? So Sydney is in that middle group. He's in there. I just saw him before I closed the window. Sid the Kid. Sid the Kid was, where was he? I think he was in the 8s. Now, Sidney Crosby's coming off a long-term deal. There he is. 8.7 is Crosby. 8.7. So he's got a couple years left on his long-term deal. Pittsburgh is in the conversation with a lot of players as well, trying to improve their team. The Penguins, one of the eldest teams in the in the league. So Pittsburgh trying to get a little younger, trying to find some good talent. Crosby's got 2 years left on that deal that he had. He's 35, so that'll take him to 37-ish. Malkin's still there. Gunsel, Rust, Garland, Raquel, and Carter. So there's a lot of good players in Pittsburgh, and they need a goaltender, though. Pittsburgh needs a goaltender desperately. Casey DeSmith is their only goaltender right now. So they're in the market for a tender, and they need one real quick. But a good signing. Here's the Ryan O'Reilly deal finally being made official. 4 years at 4.5. Again, I love that signing for Nashville. Great deal there for the Preds. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can get this refreshed here. Wow, Twitter is just not being my friend right now. So far, we've got 24 signings for about $35 million cap hit. So 24 signings so far. Let's see, we got anything else going on? Brad Treliving sat down with Austin Matthews for dinner. All right, so that's a good point this person, Jay, on Twitter makes. If Matthews and Treliving sat down and had a conversation, you wonder if part of this Reeves deal was Matthews saying to Treliving, hey, we need somebody to watch my back. We need somebody to get in there and mix it up so Matthews doesn't have to defend himself. I'm half expecting the Leafs to make another bonehead move and trade for someone like Reeves, like Tom Wilson. So Tom Wilson was the one I was kind of thinking of, Leaf.
It just doesn't happen. For Boston, you've got to wait until they're up a little bit. They got to spend a little bit more.
I really expected Tom Wilson to be the guy that would end up here in Toronto. So the fact it was Reeves pretty much tells me they couldn't get that deal done. But to finish my thought, yeah, I think it was Matthews that maybe put a bug in Treliving's ear that said, hey, we need somebody. We need a tough guy. We need a Semenko to Gretzky, a McSorley to Gretzky. And that's essentially what he got. The question will be, does Ryan Reeves end up playing top line minutes with Marner and Matthews as their defender, as their bouncer, their thug? I don't know if that's the case. I mean, if he plays fourth line minutes, he doesn't really help Matthews and Marner that much unless he comes to get revenge after the fact. So in case you missed it earlier as well, watching some of the basketball stuff, Fred VanVleet signing in Houston to a 3-year, $130 million deal. So Fred VanVleet has also packed up and left Toronto, much like Luke Schenn and Ryan O'Reilly. We've also been hearing lots of chatter about Michael Bunting. There's a handful of teams interested in Bunts. And the question is he going to take offers from other teams, then come back to Treliving and say, I want to be in Toronto. This is what I'm prepared to take. Be interesting to see what happens there. Looks like we talked about Freddie Anderson potentially signing to Pittsburgh. Chris Johnson is reporting that Freddie Anderson is actually coming very close to signing back in Carolina on a 2-year deal worth $3.5 million a year. So interesting to see those moves potentially. Where are they going to pan out? Guys are talking to a ton of teams. Here's Lane Peterson. Who? Yeah, Lane Peterson. 2 years in Edmonton, $775K. Yeah, Dallas, a little bit of cha-ching, bada bing. Little cash there. Tell you, the basketball salaries are so far out of whack. It's absolutely crazy. All right, looks like, yeah, Twitter, everybody's having problems with the Twitter. If traveling signs, so here's more Bertuzzi rumors. More Tyler Bertuzzi to Toronto rumors. Could it be the case? Oh man, the more I see these Tyler Bertuzzi rumors, the more I get excited. I think that would be a huge pickup if they did it. Some other news, not free agent related, but if you missed it earlier today, the Columbus Blue Jackets had their announcement, their presser, to officially announce Mike Babcock coming in as their head coach. So Babcock coming in as the head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I was surprised there was a team willing to bring him in, but the Jackets are doing it. Looks like the San Jose Sharks getting in the mix here on Mackenzie Blackwood, picking up the goaltender. 2 years, $2.35 million. I kind of like that deal. Blackwood is a decent goaltender. He's really just starting to come into his own, if you will. He was drafted in 2015 by New Jersey. Hasn't had a great kind of career so far, but he's only been able to play a handful of games, right? He started 20 games last year. He won 10 of them. So he's a pretty decent goaltender. The San Jose Sharks definitely need some help. So I think that'll be a nice little pickup there. So Mackenzie Blackwood going to California over to San Jose. So let's give a little refresh here. Freddie Anderson, there it is. We talked about it moments ago. Freddie Anderson returns, 2 years, $3.4 million to stay in Carolina. Wow, we thought he was going to go elsewhere, but I guess he decided to stay there. LA on the board, Mikhail Maltsev, 1 year, $775K. So no shocker there. Nothing to write home about with that one. Now, let's bring up our free agent list here. And if we filter this by points, some of the biggest point getters last year that are still out there available. Alex Killorn, he's probably your top one on the board. Patty Kane and Bergeron, of course, there. We don't expect to see either of them get signed today. John, how's it going? Welcome in. You had Wayne Simmons, and he did his job for you. Yeah, John. You know what? I'll be honest. Wayne Simmons, the problem with Wayne Simmons, and I don't think Ryan Reeves is much of an improvement on Wayne Simmons. The problem with Simmons is he just made bad decisions with the puck. Yes, he would go on and drop the puck. Yes. Hang on one second. Oh, they're talking about Nashville. Sorry, I thought there was something else breaking. The problem with Wayne Simmons is, to me, I don't think you could trust him in key situations on the ice. Not that you'd have him in key situations, but when you put him with some good skaters, some good players, he would overskate the puck, bad passes. He had a really bad season last year, and to me, it really showed his game going downhill. I don't think Ryan Reeves is much of an improvement over Wayne Simmons, to be honest. He's a little bigger, a little tougher. I think Reeves has a bit more respect around the league than Simmons does, but yeah, I don't think that's a huge upgrade. Looks like Tyson Jost is returning back to the Buffalo Sabres, 1 year, $2 million deal. So Jost is going to Buffalo, going to stay in Buffalo. This is great. Jost is a decent player, decent centerman. Buffalo's going to be one of those teams next year that is certainly much improved from where they were. They've been building, they've been growing, they've been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Simmons was All-Star MVP. How many years ago, though, John? How many years ago? That's he's not the same player he was when he was in Philadelphia, that's for sure. Duke, what's going on? Happy 4th in advance. Yes, happy 4th in advance and happy Canada Day to everybody. When we look at the Buffalo Sabres, I'm really impressed with this team, of course. Skinner, he's locked up for a few years. He's going to do great things there. Tage Thompson has been an absolute beast. Dylan Cousins, man, he's locked up. So those three locked up for a while. Olofsson there. Alex Tuck is there. Greenway is there. Gergensons is there. And now Jost stays for 1 year. Really nice kind of forward setup here for the Buffalo Sabres. I think Sabres, again, one of these teams that need a goaltender. There's a lot of people, a lot of teams that need goaltenders. Can't really see, but the Senators announced Korpisalo. Wow, Korpisalo in Ottawa, 5 years, $4 million. So a little pickup there, nice. Let's see. So the issue in Toronto with Ryan O'Reilly, Toronto was trying to retain Ryan O'Reilly. The term and money wasn't an issue. Okay, so this is interesting. Toronto and Ryan O'Reilly were fine on the term and the money. Ryan O'Reilly just at the end of the day decided not to come back to Toronto. So it was Ryan O'Reilly. Obviously his choice, he was a free agent, but Toronto was there with term and money. So interesting that Ryan O'Reilly decided to go elsewhere. Wow, I'm shocked. Shocked at that one. Looks like Cam Talbot is going to the LA Kings. Cam Talbot to the LA Kings for 1 year. This Corpusalo signing is nice. Giles in Ontario, what's up? Rangers signed Jonathan Quick. Yeah, it's a good pickup for them. It'll be a nice backup goaltender for them. Starting to see the goaltenders go. We saw Blackwood signing in San Jose. Freddie Anderson re-signs in Carolina. And now Jonas Corpusalo signs a 5-year deal worth $20 million overall to stay in Ottawa. So nice signing for the Sens. They needed a goaltender. They got themselves a goaltender, and I think Corpusalo will be good. And it's a great price there for the Ottawa Senators. Again, if you're just coming in and joining us, thanks for being here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Help us with the likes. We're trying to get up to 30 likes. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe as well. But you think Reeves is tougher? I don't know. Tough to say on the toughness factor. But like I said, I don't think Reeves is much of an upgrade over Simmons. For those of you who are baseball fans, we're going to be live again tomorrow afternoon with Blue Jays baseball as they close out their series with the Boston Red Sox. So we got play-by-play of the Blue Jays and the Red Sox tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern time. All right. Don't care. Sign Tyler Bertuzzi. That's funny. All the Bertuzzi rumors. Everybody's Toronto, Bertuzzi. Let's see it be the case. Let's see here. I'd take Bertuzzi. Duchesne would be good. Either of those would be great. Anything? Nope. Okay, so they're Tyler Pitlick. Tyler Pitlick signing in New York, 1 year, $787. Again, not a major contributor, but another signing there. The Rangers been pretty busy so far. Simmons was a liability on the ice. Hopefully Reeves. Yeah. Darcy, how's it going? Welcome in. Who have the Oilers signed? So of significance, nothing official yet. They signed Lane Peterson, a centerman. We're hearing the rumor that Connor Brown is going to be signing in Edmonton. We haven't seen it official yet. It hasn't popped up on the board, but we're hearing the big rumor that Connor Brown is going to sign in Edmonton. I think that would be huge. There we go. Cam Talbot. Said Cam Talbot signs 1 year in LA. Corpusalo, Jost, Anderson, Quick, Blackwood. Let's make sure we didn't miss anybody. Wheeler, Van Riemsdyk, Ryan O'Reilly, Reeves. Yes, I think we're pretty much up to date. So it brings us to 28 signings so far here in the first 50 minutes. John, just because Simmons was an all-star MVP, that was many, many years ago, and he does not play that way anymore. Wayne Simmons will not make it to another all-star game, nor will he win MVP anymore. Wayne Simmons was lucky to be in the league last year. He was demoted to the Marlies for most of the year. So listen, nothing against Wayne Simmons, but his time has come and gone. And please be respectful to the other people in the chat. Bertuzzi is a dirty player. Rockin', he can be a little dirty. I agree with you, but I hate to say it. Toronto needs some of that. Toronto needs a little grit. They need a little dirtiness in their lives. They need some of that grindability, if you will. And that's something they've been missing for for quite a long time. Looks like San Jose is coming back again, signing Kyle Burrows. Kyle Burrows to a 3-year deal, a $1.1 million a year cap hit. So starting to it's rolling right along now. We need to see what Tree Living is going to do. Eric Johnson, defenseman Eric Johnson, also signing in Buffalo, 1 year, $3.25 million. So these deals we're getting them in. They're flowing in. This is what we like to see. So far, some of these teams are going to look very different come next year. And here we go, Detroit fans, the Red Wings. It is going to be James Reimer signing in Detroit, 1 year at 1.5. And Elliot Friedman also reporting, as we were just talking about, Connor Brown is indeed going to Edmonton. So Connor Brown is going to the Edmonton Oilers. Wow. I want to see the Leafs sign Duchesne. He could somewhat replace. See, guys, that's kind of where I'm at as well. That's kind of where I'm at as well. Also, Matt Duchesne is a Halliburton kid. He was from Halliburton, and I know still, obviously, a lot of guys still cottage and hang out up around here. So this would pretty much be his hometown, if you will. Okay, in the prime, who is better? Simmons was the second coming of Lucic. Yes, so John, I would agree. In their primes, Simmons was a better player. He was definitely, Simmons had the goal scoring touch, right, where Reeves definitely did not. But it's been a long fall from grace, as what happens to a lot of hockey players, right, when they start getting up there in age and their role diminishes. And there it is. It's now official on the board. Connor Brown signing in Edmonton. Oh my gosh. It makes me so angry. Connor Brown signing in. Oh, here's Gudas as well. Rocco Gudas signing in Anaheim. That's a loss from the Florida Panthers. We know what an impact he had during the playoffs for the Florida Panthers. But thank God, ship him out to the West Coast so we don't have to deal with him. Rocco Gudas signing in Anaheim, a 3-year deal worth $4 million. Wow, that's a lot of money for Gudas. $4 million a year for Radko Gudas. Wow. So a bit of an upgrade from his last deal. My gosh, Gudas, a $4 million player. That seems very high. High to me. But that's a good signing for Anaheim. Anaheim needs to get tough. They need to improve defensively. And there you go. So nice little pickup there. Connor Brown to Edmonton, Gudas to Anaheim, Johnson to Buffalo. Wow, I'm shocked about Gudas. And Reimer, of course, James Reimer going to Detroit. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Stuff's coming in like crazy here. The Ducks are very interested in Alex DeBrincat. So lots of moves, lots still on the go here. We're gonna stay live for another little bit as we continue in to the second hour of free agency. Not a big fan of Gudas, but fair enough. Yeah, it's a good sign. Good for him. Listen, I'm shocked that he's bringing in $4 million a year. That's a lot for Gudas. Let's see. Man, people are still not happy about this. Morgan Geekie signing with the Bruins on a 2-year contract. So nice little signing from Morgan Geekie going to Boston. Boston getting some talented players with Geekie coming over. And of course, James Van Riemsdyk signing there a little earlier on. Eric Johnson signing in Buffalo. Excuse me. So let's just see here what else we seeing. But a lot of people would love to see Bertuzzi and Domi coming to Toronto. I don't think Toronto can sign both of them. One of them would be okay. I don't think they'll get both of them. Let me ask you, who would you rather take? Would you rather have Bertuzzi or would you rather have Max Domi? What would you prefer to see on your team? I just love the true power forward and Simmons and just wait fought everybody. Yeah, John, power forwards are, they had such a key role, right, years ago. Such a key role. And, it's amazing how the game has changed so much that even though you still have power forwards, they're not the same way they used to be. Now they're more of just that in front of the net presence, and they still bang and crash, but it's just a different game. So curious, who do you guys want to see on your team? Max Domi or Tyler Bertuzzi? I think it's tough. I'd kind of be leaning towards Tyler Bertuzzi. Think he can do some good things. He's a bit of an underperformer. Yeah, he's always kind of been that underperformer, right, Leaf? He hasn't had that opportunity to kind of break out and really, really excel. He struggled in Montreal. He struggled everywhere he went. He played a good role in Boston, but it's just crazy. I think Toronto should sign Bert. Like, you mean like Bunting? You mean Michael Bunting? It's going to be interesting to see where Bunting goes. A lot of teams in on him trying to put offers, and I'm curious if any of them turn around and sign back in Toronto. Kind of like Freddie Anderson, right? He was a free agent. He tested the market, didn't like what he decided. Oh, you mean Bert as in Bertuzzi? Gotcha. Thank you. Sorry, I'm slow today. It's Saturday. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen as we're just about ready to move into hour number 2 of the trade I keep saying trade of the free agent frenzy. Again, if you haven't hit that like, give that thumbs up. We'd appreciate it as we are moving right along. We're still waiting, of course, to see what's going to happen with Achari. The question is, what is Tree Living doing? He got that one deal done. So what is Tree Living doing now? Who is he working on? Is he indeed working on a Bertuzzi or a Domi deal? Or is he still trying to work on Nylander Matthews, getting them extensions? Or could there be a trade in the works? There's so much that could be going on in Leafland right now. We'd love to see something. Right now, Toronto's lost a lot of who we wanted to see. So maybe they're regrouping. Maybe they're trying to figure it out. But the Edmonton Oilers, they're in a real good place right now. So if you look at it, you got your Connor McDavid, your first line, you can do McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman. You got McDavid, Kane, and Draisaitl. Anything to move it around. You got Nugent Hopkins there as well. You just signed Connor Brown, so maybe your first line is like a McDavid, a Zach Hyman, and Evander Kane, and then you got line 2 of like a Draisaitl, a Nugent Hopkins, and a Connor Brown, and then of course you got your Janmark, Fogel, Derek Ryan. So man, some great opportunities to move some players around on the Oilers. Really like what they're doing, what they're setting up for. Hang on. Oh, Milan Lucic. Talking about Lucic. Lucic has re-signed back with the Boston Bruins. So Lucic is done going back to Boston. Wow. Lucic back to Boston. I'm shocked. The Boston Bruins getting bigger and tougher. Boston always a player when it comes to trade deadline, free agency. They're always involved. So that's going to be a nice pickup here for the Boston Bruins. Going to keep them tough to protect some of their talent, of course, with Pasternak, Marchand, DeBrusk, Van Riemsdyk, Charlie Coyle, and now you add another Milan Lucic in here. It's going to make Boston that much tougher to play against. So all these teams really getting tougher, and Toronto, I don't think really did. So we're trying to see what else is going on here. Multiple teams have reached out about Justin Hall. There's still oh my gosh, I hope this is not true. There is a possibility that Justin Hall could return to the Leafs. Oh my gosh. I really hope that is not the case. Looks like Riley Nash to New York Rangers on a 2-year deal. Wow. Interesting. Interesting the way these moves are going. Hey, Gordon, welcome in. We do not want Hall back. That's right, Leaf. We do not. So there it is. Riley Nash to the New York Rangers. 2 years, $775,000 per year. So 1.55 overall value. So the Rangers have been real busy today. But they got 4 signings for the New York Rangers. Rangers picking up Blake Wheeler, Jonathan Quick, Tyler Pitlick, and now Riley Nash. Hey, Lucas, welcome in. I'm fantastic. And a very happy Canada Day weekend to you as well. Thanks for coming in. Also, what I miss, Leafs talking to Mike Riley. Lucas, there's been a lot. So Toronto signed Ryan Reeves. The tough guy, Ryan Reeves. That's been the big Toronto move. They haven't announced much. Rangers getting in on a lot. Connor Brown signing with the Edmonton Oilers was a big one. Gudas is signing with the Anaheim Ducks. The Devils getting in on a couple of players. So lots of signings so far today. We're up to 36 signings now in the first hour as we move into hour number 2. And of course, 2 likes away from getting to 30 likes. So if you haven't hit that like yet, do me a favor, click that button. So, man, Edmonton right now, Edmonton is one of my favorites to go far in the playoffs. Signing Connor Brown just gives them another player who can score, he can hit, he can mix it up. Really impressed. I was hoping he was coming to Toronto. Hey, Lewis, how's it going? Welcome in. Yeah, he signed, Lucas, 3-year deal. He signed with Toronto. So I'm not a huge fan of that deal. I think we paid a little too much money for him, but we'll see what he can do. You know, maybe that's the guy who Matthews wanted, right? Maybe Matthews said, "Yeah, I'll resign. I'll come back to Toronto, but you gotta get me someone to watch my back." And maybe that was Toronto's answer. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's the deal. And his name's Connor. There you go. So Connor Brown, nice little pickup. Of course, Connor Clifton now signing in Buffalo. So the Buffalo kind of adding to their depth. 3 years at $3.33 million. Clifton signing there, defenseman in Buffalo. Edmonton versus Rangers, early Stanley Cup prediction. You know what? I'm not far off on you right now with that one. We'll have to see the rest of what they do. Austin Watson to the Leafs. Yeah, we haven't talked about the draft at all. That was a very interesting draft by the Leafs, kind of going out in left field like that. Hopefully, Tree Living knows more than all of us with the picks that they made. All right, let's see. Reportedly, sounds like the Leafs are Yeah, okay. So more of this Bertuzzi rumors. So you know, it's interesting when you talk about Ryan O'Reilly, right? We mentioned it a little earlier that term and money weren't an issue. Hey, Gerard, what's going on? Welcome in. Term and money, not an issue for Ryan O'Reilly, but yet Ryan O'Reilly still made the executive decision to leave Toronto and head to Nashville. To me, that says Ryan O'Reilly is looking around our locker room, and Ryan O'Reilly doesn't see the ability to win a championship with this team. And so he's kind of get out of Dodge and get out of here. So I think that kind of speaks volumes about the locker room we have right now. Is they're not set up to be a championship type of team. And so you'd love to know what conversations took place. But with someone like Ryan O'Reilly, who is a true leader, kind of leaves your team like that when money and term aren't an issue, not good, not a good sign. Hey, Morgan, how's it going? John is saying Kerfoot to the Penguins, and Joel Hanley's going to the Dallas Stars. Kerfoot to the Penguins. So that would be a Dubas special. Dubas signing some familiarity there. We'll wait to see, get the official word on that deal. So still a lot of big names kind of out there on the board. Michael Bunting is still out there. Tarasenko, Comfer, Max Domi, Matt Duchene, Bergeron. So a lot of good names still available. I think, you know, if Pittsburgh went out and got Kerfoot, listen, good for him. I mean, Dubas is loyal to his foot soldiers, right? Toronto wanted Kerfoot out for a long time. Leafs are gonna suck again this year. Gordon, it seems that way right now. Right now, I don't even think they can put out a team. They don't have enough players, so they still gotta bring in some guys. They need some bodies. And then will we see Nylander make that change? That's right, Lewis. Both of them to Nashville as well. It's funny. People commenting on Twitter about Ryan Reeves saying, you know, we had Wayne Simmons, we had Matt Martin, we've had this tough guy, we never play them, we never use them properly. So maybe things will be different with Ryan Reeves. So keep refresh. Of course, Twitter is like crashing today. Waiting to see if there's anything new. Looks like Gustav Nyquist signing in Nashville as well. The Predators are on fire today. Holy cow. Monte Cristo, what's going on? O'Reilly is slow anyway. He isn't the same players as Lewis. Leafs need players that play and win in Toronto. Hopefully they'll get something together. But Nashville, Gustav Nyquist, they're going to sign to 2 years, just over $3 million. Wow, what a day for the Nashville Predators. Their team just improved from where they were. Really impressed with what they've been doing. Connor Clifton, we talked about Clifton. Looks like Alex Belzili to the Rangers. Yeah, that's a depth move. Also, you do okay. Let's see. Wow. Devils potential top 6. Timo Meyer, Hughes, Jesper Bratt, Toffoli, Heischer, Mercer. That's a pretty good top 6 for the Devils. Devils are going to be a big contender again. So the question, we just saw Nyquist go. He's moving over. We still have Matt Duchene on there. Can you imagine if Toronto did something boneheaded like sign Pierre Engvall back? What a disaster would that be? Nylander has to go. Gordon, I agree. He wants too much money. They can't let this drag on. They got to figure out how to move him. Even we had Kyle Clifford, they messed up. Yeah, it's true, John. I was a big Kyle Clifford fan, a huge Kyle Clifford fan, and they just let him play in the Marlies. They never brought him out, which was unfortunate because he could have done so much in this lineup, been that grit they needed. They still have him. I think Kyle Clifford is still under contract on the Marlies, I believe. I can confirm that for you. No, maybe he's not. Maybe his deal was up.
One of the early signings we got started off our day was Ryan Reeves joining the Toronto Maple Leafs on a deal for 3 years.
So the other thing we got to figure out is Matt Murray as well. We got to get Matt Murray. We need that money. What's going to happen with Jake Muzzin? Oh, here's Ryan Reeves. Let's listen to his his interview.
Obviously, the original 6 team and team that's a little swag, a little grit, and bring a cup to Toronto.
Manitoba boy, and I was just listing off your teams there. You've done this tour of United States teams, but this is your first foray into Canada and the pressure and the intensity that comes with this market, and you dive right into the middle of it in Toronto.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just beat somebody up, and it'll be all the pressure's over, so no problem.
Do you have a list or something you've compiled you can share with us?
Honestly, it's anybody that's in a different sweater is free for that list, so no problem.
Well, you watched.
I'm taking applications too. So
you watched the Leafs. Did you think they were missing something like you?
Yeah, I think that team is obviously built with a lot of skill up front, but not a lot of grit. I think they've had guys that have come and gone over the last couple of years that maybe it just didn't work out. So yeah, I think for a deep playoff run, you need a little more grit, throughout the lineup. You can't just add one guy. I think you got to have a couple guys that up and down the lineup that can, run around and intimidate some D and, add that a little bit of intensity to the series. So, I'm excited to be part of that.
The panel was having that debate earlier on that sometimes in the playoffs, the presence, the fisticuffs kind of disappears. So you make your case that you can have value for the Leafs come playoff time, which is obviously where they've been failing.
Well, it's not about the fighting in the playoffs for sure. That usually completely leaves in the playoffs. It's more about, a 7-day grind of running D into the boards and getting in people's face and just letting them know that every time they go back for that puck, no matter who's on the ice, you got a chance of getting run, and that can wear on you in a 7-game series. So, it's not about the fighting. It's just about, the wear and tear of 7 games.
There have been players who've come to Toronto, and I think sometimes it's too big for them. When those 20, microphones get jammed in your face in the dressing room after a game, I'm not sure if there's a guy that's more ready for that than you. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the microphones and the cameras for sure. As long as the tarp's off, we were selling the game here, so no problem.
Well, listen, we appreciate you got the full McDavid treatment off the top because you were our first signing, so we did about 20 minutes on Ryan Reeves. So there you go.
Basically the same player, right?
Listen, congratulations.
Reeves. That was actually really, really funny. Good interview there by Ryan Reeves. A lot of personality coming out, pretty much saying his role is to come in and beat up whoever he needs to, and he's ready to take names. So nice interview, good start. He's ready to come here and work hard for Toronto. He has a lot to prove. Obviously, his last couple years weren't good, but I think that was a really great interview by Ryan Reeves. Yeah, that was really funny. So he's in good spirits, right? He's saying all the right things. That impressed me. I'll be honest. That definitely impressed me. I remember Risen McLean Day. Also, Jay Rosehill. Yes, John. Jay Rosehill. Gosh, I remember him. So listen, and Ryan Reeves, what you couldn't see, he had the shades on. He was relaxed. He just looked really, really like he was in a good mood. So he's gonna come here and try and make a difference. He's planning on getting in those corners, hitting, fighting. He's gonna do all the dirty work. So maybe it will be a good thing, right? Maybe it will. We'll have to see in October when they get on the ice and they start playing for real. October 11th? Will he be able to make that big difference for this organization? So that was Ryan Reeves being interviewed by the TSN panel. That's the one move they've made. It's not going to be enough, but certainly gets them a little bit of a start. The other numbers starting to roll in now. Milan Lucic, we talked about going back to Boston 1 year at $1 million. Cam Talbot signed in LA 1 year at $1 million. So a couple more deals starting to roll in. He is a big man, Gordon. Absolutely. Riley left, in my opinion, because he didn't want the media in his face. You know what? That could be a very true statement, Monte Cristo. And you kind of heard it in that interview. Toronto's a very different place to play, right? It comes to that media, everybody's getting in your face. Everybody is, wanting to know why you suck or why you made the decisions you did. So going to be interesting. So I'm just scrolling back those comments about Jake Muzzin. Yeah, he kind of should retire. He's not going to be the same player. Listen, he suffered a major injury, and I think, he shouldn't even try to come back. You don't want to risk it. You want to, hang it up while you can do it instead of being carried off the ice again. So they're going to go to another commercial break. The Twitter today is having all kinds of issues with everything going on today. But we are going to keep checking in, seeing what other moves are coming. Refresh. Justin Hall signed with Detroit. John is breaking the news left, right, and center. Justin Hall with Detroit. And all I can say is, John, thank goodness he is in Detroit and not in Toronto. Vancouver with a couple signings. Ian Cole signs their two-way deal for 1 year at $3 million. And Teddy Bluger in Vancouver 1 year, $1.9 million. I don't think Muzzin wants to be carried off the ice for last night. Exactly, Dallas. Go out while you can and just be with the family. So we're still waiting to see if there's any more Bertuzzi news coming in. But Vancouver with a couple of signings, and of course we'll wait to see if that get it official that Justin Hall there it is, Justin Hall. 3 years, wow, $3.4 million for Justin Hall to Detroit. Wow. Really? Man, listen, I wish Justin all the best. He had some moments where he looked all right, and then he had some just real bad moments, if you will. But Justin Hall will no longer be a Toronto Maple Leaf. All right, let's go to the Detroit Red Wings team and take a look and see here. Justin Hall, he signs in. Their other D they have, Ben Sherratt is at $4.75. Jake Wallman's at $3.4. Ollie Matta is at $3 million. Moritz Seider's got 1 year left at $8.63, and then Justin Hall comes in 3, 4, 5, and they got Gustav Lidstrom as well. So their core is kind of set on the defensive side. It's going to be interesting. Detroit trying to improve. I don't know if Justin Hall is the answer. Leafs need a big Canada Day signing. Yes, they absolutely do. They absolutely need to pull something out of a hat, and Bertuzzi could be that signing, right? That would be pretty spectacular. Let's refresh the Leaf page and see if any other names pop up here. Nope, just Ryan Reeves. Still not thrilled. Not thrilled with that. A couple others. Couple more Rangers signings. Connor McKay 1 year and Nicholas Brulid. So some smaller signings here for the Rangers. Monte Cristo, yeah, you and about millions of other people. Leafs Nation is celebrating here today that he has moved on. Can't be too upset about it. This one person posts on Twitter, Leafs have just one free agency in response to the Justin Hall signing elsewhere. Oh God, I kind of feel bad for him. Kind of feel bad for him, but hey, that's okay. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through to see if there's anything else here.
Certainly there's a massive one in Vancouver as well.
Yeah, the New York Rangers paying Blake Wheeler less money in term than Toronto's paying Ryan Reeves. It's crazy. So I'm just scrolling. There's Ian Cole there. We got a trade coming up. Let's go over to the trade center and get the details on this one. And I think, is it just draft picks? It's Colin Miller. So Colin Miller going to the New Jersey Devils in exchange for a 5th rounder in 2025. So not seeing a lot of trades coming up today. That's only the second one of the day. Joel Edmondson from Montreal to Washington was our first trade today. So not a lot. So we're waiting patiently to see what the Leafs are going to do. What else can they do? So free agency opens today, and it's a trade and acquisition frenzy. Exactly, right? Exactly. I actually thought we'd see a couple of more trades today. Here's a couple of minor signings by the Ottawa Senators. Rourke Chartier, and Josh Curry signing over there. Some nice. Ottawa's been pretty busy today, signing a number of players as well. The Rangers, the Preds, the Wings, Boston, Ottawa, all really, really, really busy today. So good picks, good signings, I should say, all around. Of course, we're not seeing the main player we want to see. We want to see Toronto getting more involved here. Let's go, Leafs. That's right, Lewis. Let's get something on the board. Just give me one good signing, Toronto. That's it. So if you're not a Leaf fan, if you're cheering, if you root for another team, have you been happy with what your team has done? Have you been impressed so far with this this free agent frenzy? It started off as a frenzy. It certainly has slowed down a little bit here as we're 46 deals in so far, 46 signings. Another signing by the Ottawa Senators. So small potatoes here, some small signings. Carson Soucy. Yeah, I wouldn't hate that, John. Darcy, how's it going? Surprised Pittsburgh hasn't picked up a goal yet. You and me both, Darcy. I thought Pittsburgh was going to be all over Freddie Anderson. Didn't happen. I'm curious to know why. I'm sure there were talks. There's a lot of teams out there right now that need some goaltenders. A lot of teams. We did see a run on goalies earlier. Cam Talbot signing in LA. James Reimer signing in Detroit. Korpisalo, that's probably the biggest one. Korpisalo signing in Ottawa. That was a big deal. And of course, Jonathan Quick as a backup role in New York. Nothing outside of the qualifying offer they gave to Sammy. But because they gave him that qualifying offer, he does remain a restricted free agent. So they will get a deal done. So Sammy will remain a Maple Leaf. So that's good news. So Dmitry Orlov, he's going to sign with Carolina. So Orlov in Carolina. Let's see if Twitter is back up yet. For all the days for Twitter to blow up. What about my ebook? Sign him. Yeah, Dallas. Let's give Cujo that permanent e-bug contract. That would be awesome. I can't believe that Twitter is having such a bad day. So Teddy, there goes the Ian Cole and Teddy Bluger deals just popping up on the tracker. So Mike Riley signed. I saw somebody put his name in the chat earlier. Mike Riley signing over in Anaheim. So he goes to Anaheim. The Orlov deal, holy bananas. What is up with this? Dmitry Orlov signs in Carolina 2 years for total of $15.5 million, so $7.75 for Orlov. All right, I'll bite. That's a big deal for Orlov. I was not expecting him to go for that much. Scrolling through some of his standard contracts, he was making $5 million previously. So he was about 5.1. He did have so the 5.1 was made up of 2 million signing bonus and 3.3 in contract. So he goes from 5 million to 7 million, to almost 8 million. From 5 million to 7.7. That is a heck of a raise for Orlov. Wow. That is crazy. And everybody, I should let you know, after today's stream, later tonight, we're going to be resetting all of the points. So you can use all your redemptions all day today, but we're going to be resetting all the points tonight. So for the baseball game tomorrow, the Blue Jays versus the Boston Red Sox, we're going to have that at 1:30 tomorrow. Points will all be reset back to 0. Ottawa signing Kipper. Yeah, the corp. That's a great signing by Ottawa. Big time goaltender they're bringing in. That will help them a lot. Ottawa immediately just got improved. That was a great signing for the Sens. There it is, bringing out Dallas, the redeemed Dallas. Hopefully Connor Timmins doesn't become the next Hall. As long as they coach him along, right? They got to bring him along in a proper way. Otherwise, you don't want to waste Connor Timmins. He's got some skill. He still has some developing to do, but you gotta coach him along, right? All right, let me see. Is this really true? It is. Dmitry Orlov, 7.75. Madness. DIB Keith, what's going on? Welcome in. I'm a sticker. I appreciate you asking and your interest. Right now, our mod squad is full. Depending on what happens in the fall when we start up hockey season again, we can reevaluate. But right now, we are full. But thank you for your interest. So Mike Riley signing with Florida, 1 year, $1 million. So nice. Panthers getting in there. So I'm just trying to see, is there anything else coming up? Our Twitter is down, so I can't get in on the rumors. Are you guys seeing anything? Are you guys hearing any rumors or anything going on? So let me know if you see anything. I'm going to try and reset Twitter here. All right, here we go. Guess who's back? So Lukic, yeah, a lot of this is old news now. Ryan Reeves, wow. Ryan Pooling signing in Philadelphia. Good pickup by the Flyers. Good signing by the Flyers. Ryan Pooling, 1 year, $1.4 million. That's a nice signing there. Pooling, I'm surprised Montreal didn't want to hang on to him. Let's see anything else. Corpusalo, yeah, a lot of this is old news. Twitter is so far behind right now. Can't believe that Orlov contract. I'm absolutely shocked with that Orlov. Oh, do we get a freeze? Do we get a freeze? There it is. Go Leafs go. Let's see if the Go Leafs go can actually get something going. Alex Lyon. Oh, this one hurts. Alex Lyon signs a 2-year deal in Detroit. $900K per year. Great signing by the Red Wings. Oh, Circus, you got me. You got me. There we go. Little shimmy, get that shimmy action going. So Alex Lyon, wow, he was great. He played really, really well in Florida. We did see him in a couple playoff games this year. He was solid. I'm hurt that the Panthers couldn't keep him because he was awesome. But that's a huge signing for Detroit. Detroit has made some great moves today. And Alex Lyon going to sign There. And here's the Nyquist deal to Nashville. 2 years at $3.19 million. Fantastic. Nashville has been on fire today. Right now, I think Nashville and Detroit. Well, mind you, I would say Detroit was, they've been active. I don't know if I could call them a winner because they signed Justin Hall. But man, Florida or Nashville definitely has been super, super busy today. Making a ton of deals. All right, we're going to be sticking around for another half an hour or so, and then we're going to be wrapping it up here for 2 hours, seeing all the signings that come in. We will do a recap of everything that goes on, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it throughout the baseball game tomorrow. So if you're around tomorrow afternoon, make sure to tune in around 1:30 Eastern time as the Blue Jays and the Red Sox going to do battle. Of course, the Jays and the Sox fighting for the bottom of their division. I can't believe that Orlov deal. That Orlov deal was just crazy, just wild. All right, we're trying to see what else is going on. We're waiting. Something has to happen. Something has to come out of the Toronto area. Because Toronto, they got Ryan Reeves can't be their only signing today. Toronto, you got to do something. If you're listening out there, you got to do something. A Bertuzzi, a Domi, a Nylander trade, a Matthews signing. I would take anything at this point. Oh, it's your birthday today. Well, very, very happy birthday. Happy birthday. So, we're somebody, Max Pacioretty signing. He's still a couple of months away. But they're saying his deal is pretty much done, very similar to a Connor Brown type deal. Jonas Korpisalo, they're interviewing him now. He's got such a serious stash on. That's crazy. So Korpisalo saying he had a few options on the table and made the decision to go with Ottawa. So a nice signing there for Korpisalo. So nice signing here. I kind of like what Ottawa is kind of cooking up. They're a team. They're obviously looking to be improved. There's a lot of teams looking to be improved. I hate to say it. Toronto right now, if they're just going to fill their empty spots with Marlies players and these young players, they may not even make the playoffs. So there's a lot of chips that need to fall here for the Maple Leafs. Looks like things are kind of slowing down at this point now. We haven't seen any more trades. The rumors are kind of slowing down. I think the problems that Twitter is having is playing an interesting role in this day. Oh dear Lord, it looks like Michael Bunting is officially signed in Carolina. No. Carolina gonna sign Michael Bunting. Bunts, we'll miss you. Thank you, Bunting, for everything you've given to Toronto. Off you go. Oh, that one makes me so mad. Let's see. What else is going on? Carson Soucy, Elliot Friedman reporting Carson Soucy to Vancouver. So Soucy goes to Vancouver, 3 years at 3.25. Who's choosing to sign? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Max Pacioretty to Washington, so that's where he goes. Pacioretty signs in Washington 1 year, $2 million, plus a potential $2 million in bonuses.
All right.
Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Let's see what else is saying here. I'm so far behind because of Twitter. And a lot of this stuff looks old. So we're waiting to see if it is indeed official. Michael Bunting to Carolina. Oh, that one hurts. I would have liked, yeah, Hayden, you and me both. I really, really would have liked to see him stay. That's a tough one. Let's see. It's not on the list yet. Craig Smith signs in Dallas. Eric Johnson, we talked about Buffalo. So I'm not seeing bunts yet. Gerard, only 2 trades and nothing really notable, to be honest. Only 2 trades have been made. So Pacioretty, Craig Smith, Nyquist, Alex Lyon, the latest to be traded. The biggest trade in the last little bit has been Dmitry Orlov at 7.75 going to Carolina. Let's take a look at Carolina's team because these guys, they've been a little busy today. The Hurricanes, let's see, do they have Bunting listed here yet? Because that would be a giveaway. They do not. But you got Sebastian Aho, Teuvo Teravainen, Kasper Kotkaniemi, Martin Nikas, Jordan Stahl, Jesper Fast, Jordan Martinhook. And if you do indeed add Michael Bunting to that mix, it's a pretty solid lineup. Bolstered by your defense of Orlov, Slavin, Brett Burns, Shea, Pesce, and Freddie Anderson as your goaltender. You still have Andrei Svechnikov on IR. So very interesting. Carolina just got better. Well, this is not good. A lot of teams in the Eastern Conference definitely improving themselves, with the exception of the Toronto Maple Leafs. If we just look at the Eastern Conference as a whole, right? If we look in the Atlantic, which is Toronto's division, Boston has made moves. Florida, a couple of moves. Buffalo, Ottawa, Detroit, all making moves, all getting better today. Toronto, I don't think the move they made is going to help them all that much. In fact, what they've lost has made Toronto a big-time loser today. In the Metropolitan, Carolina, who is number 1, is going to remain number 1 because they've made some great moves. The Devils making some moves. The Rangers making some moves. The bottom half, Pittsburgh, Washington, Philadelphia, and the Blue Jackets, not doing enough to get into the top half of that division. I wish I knew, Gerard. I wish I knew Toronto right now is scaring the pants off of me. They are just not showing their cards. And if this is indeed true, that Michael Bunting has moved on, we'll have to wait and see. And remember, Michael Bunting was a very close friend of Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. So I'm shocked that he is going to move on.
I don't understand it. Why is there such an obvious disrespect for goaltending? Well, there's a salary cap problem.
We're trying to wait and see, trying to get word if that Michael Bunting deal is for real. Definitely not the news we wanted to see today. We know we lost Luke Schenn. We know we've lost Ryan O'Reilly. We're losing people left, right, and center. And we just got to find a way for Toronto to build this team. Like, I don't know what they're going to do at this point. All the other teams are getting better around them. It's just not helping the situation. Not the Canada Day surprise that we've wanted. It's getting very dark outside. I think we're going to be getting some weather rolling through here very soon. All right, let's see. Ryan, so tell me something I don't already know.
Too much for a goaltender, overrated. It's about quality of
Nightmare for Toronto. That sums it up. We don't see anything else. Before Leafs fans lose their mind, I had heard he was always leaning towards going back. Okay. A lot of people trying to calm Leaf fans down online. It doesn't appear like show. Yeah, okay, some of this is old. Wow. I'm so not understanding what's going on right now. Yep, other people are reporting it. Michael Bunting, Carolina, 3 years. So Michael Bunting officially done, or at least from what we see, not good. Let's replace the great players we lost, please. Right, Lewis? Absolutely. Oh, Gerard, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm going to try and do more hockey news and more hockey updates throughout the summer. Trying to keep everybody up to speed on what's going on. I've come to realize that our channel has become such a strong hockey channel that we're trying to, I guess, focus the energy a little bit more towards that. So I appreciate the kind words there. Hey, Dawson, how's it going? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Having a great weekend so far. It's getting real dark. I just want to see this Michael Bunting. I need to see it official. Andreas England signs in LA, Burrows in San Jose. We talked about those ones earlier. Oh, Gerard, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you. The $9.99 super sticker. Much appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much. The super pair. You're very welcome. Yeah, you know what? And to be honest, there's no chance they're signing any of them back. They have a lot of holes Toronto needs to fill right now. A lot of holes. And it's not looking good. unless Tree Living has something he's working on that is gonna make an impact. It's not a good start. Toronto traditionally hasn't done much on free agent signing day nor on trade deadline day, and it's frustrating when you see all the teams around you getting better. I thought Tree Living would be different. I thought he'd come in here and try and make an impact. Haven't done anything. So this will be Toronto right now. I hate to say it, they are one of the top losers of the day, and part of that is with everything they've lost. Even though they signed Ryan Reeves, they've lost so much talent. It's frustrating. It's frustrating as a Leaf fan. We expect better, but that's okay. We're here to talk about all the NHL. And right now, Montreal, they're signing some small pieces. I think Nashville definitely has to be one of the winners today. Just looking down that list, I think Nashville is definitely one of the winners today. Let's take a look. Detroit has done a bunch of things as well. Detroit, Carolina, Nashville. Detroit, Carolina, Nashville. Those are my 3 winners today. I'm going to write it down so I remember this, that I made that statement. Detroit, Carolina, Nashville. And we'll even say Rangers. Right? Our losers, Toronto. Not a good move. Haven't really done anything. Well, you can't. I don't even know how you can justify some of these other teams as losers, because It's not that they've made poor signings. They just haven't made great signings. So, yeah, I think those 4 teams are our top teams that have done well. We got another freeze coming in from Dawson. There we go. John, that's right. Simmons not coming back. Looks like Michael Bunting is going to Carolina. So think about who we've lost today. Who we've lost to other teams. Luke Shen, Ryan O'Reilly, Michael Bunting, Justin Hall, Alex Kerfoot. Gotta figure out something here. Toronto's... Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to keep harping on the Maple Leafs, but it's just not good news. So have we got anything else rolling in? All right, we got about 13 minutes left. We're going to wrap at about 2 o'clock. So we got about 13 minutes left. Will we see something big? Will there be a Carlson trade? Will we hear a Carlson trade? A Nylander trade? Will we get something going on? Sens are winners. Yeah, you know what? I would put them in that group. Sens have done well. Ottawa's done some good moves. Definitely got an improvement with the signing of that goalie, Korpisalo. I hate free agent day. Coming in with the shimmy. What's going on? It's awesome. Get me working. C Arms, what's up? I wanted Shen to stay. I know, me too. Get those shimmies going. I wanted to see him stay as well. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. But we're wrapping down our coverage of the free agent frenzy. Things are starting to slow. Looks like a rebuild. Oh, I hope it's not a big rebuild. I can't take another terrible year. The Leafs got to find a way of, and they can't. Like, there's still some good players out there. They got a lot of cap room left right now because of who they didn't sign. And I think it's just telling it's more that some of these players elected not to sign. The question is why. I guess I'm a sucker for punishment. I'm just a diehard Leafs fan. Yeah, Prep. I'm with you. It drives me nuts. Excuse me, drives me absolutely nuts. You know, I don't know what they're gonna do. Why? I understand not signing Hall and Kerfoot. And you know, it sounds to me now that they offered a very competitive and good deal to Ryan O'Reilly, and he chose not to come here. Why? What does he see in this team that said, stay away, I don't want to be here? Did Toronto offer anything to Michael Bunting, or did they not even talk to him? They just let him go for nothing. Which is crazy, because if you didn't have the intent of signing him, why wouldn't you have traded him before the trade deadline when you could have actually got something decent for him? Same with Achari. Achari, man, he'd be great to acquire and sign back. Why haven't we announced that? Why have we heard of that yet? Everybody, if you haven't hit that like button, we're 3 likes away from 40. We'd appreciate it if you click that thumbs up. Help us out, get to 40. We're going to try and do more and more hockey shows as we go throughout the summer. Military, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome in. Yeah, we want the Cookie Man to come back. We'd love to see Achari back in a Leaf uniform. He was so good, but the fact that O'Reilly went to Nashville, and I know him and O'Reilly, of course, both coming over together. You know, I think they're close. And so, man, can you imagine if he goes to sign to Nashville? There's a lot. Nashville's been busy today. All right, let's just say that. Nashville has been busy today. Ottawa's been busy. Detroit's been busy. Teams in the Eastern Conference definitely getting better. As we're coming towards the close of the second hour, we've seen 57 signings so far for a total cap hit of $96 million, almost $100 million in cap hit for this upcoming season. Hey, Christina G, welcome in. Again, happy July 4th, early July 4th to all of our friends in the States and to all of our fellow Canucks. Happy Canada Day. Oh, my goodness. To our champion members, we'll be in touch soon to schedule our next get-together. We'll send communications around to find a date that works for everybody. We'll try and get that going. I know with the holidays, it'll be a little tough because everybody has plans. So we'll try and work around it. So let's see. Let's do a refresh here. Try and get back on the Twitter. See if there's any more new rumors flying around. Things have really kind of stalled out. All right. So let's take a peek here. Nothing. So, whoa, what's this? The Isles definitely in on Alex DeBrincat and JG Pajot possibly headed back to Ottawa if a deal is made. Interesting. So we could see a trade. We could see Alex DeBrincat going to New York Islanders with Jean-Gabriel Pajot going back to Ottawa. That would be something nice. I like Pajot. That would be a neat trade. What else is going on? Good in Anaheim, we're aware. Nothing else. So the Maple Leafs, if you didn't see this the other day, the Maple Leafs extended qualifying offers to Samsonov, Nick Abruizi, and SDA, Simon Diargis-Chinev. So those three are going to be negotiated contracts. They did not extend offers to Mac Hallowell, Philip Kral, and Victor Mete. So those three Leaf players also are out the door. So Kral, Mete, and Hallowell are gone. Doesn't mean they can't re-sign, but right now they are done. I actually really like Philip Kral. Kral was a good player, a good up-and-coming prospect, I should say. So not getting anything done there. Are we seeing any more talks about Bertuzzi? That seems to have slowed. There was a lot of conversation about Tyler Bertuzzi. And
Is he coming back?
Not seeing anything recently. Yeah, William Nealer fans. Yeah. So that's it. That's all. Looks like the Tyler Bertuzzi rumors have slowed up and stopped. Matt Duchene will draw plenty of interest. Colorado, Toronto, Islanders. So yeah, lots of talk about Bertuzzi. I mean of Matt Duchene. So we'll see. There's things now will take time. Things will pan out. The big signings that we saw off the top, those get locked away, and things will slow down. Here's the Pacioretty deal coming in, $2 million a year. So Pacioretty going to Washington. So some good deals coming through. 59 signings now. Crazy. A lot of deals, a lot of money on the table. But I don't know if we're going to get anything major in the next 5 minutes. We're going to wait till the top of the hour, and then we will say our goodbyes. And it looks like Kevin Shattenkirk, 1 year in Boston, $1 million for Shattenkirk. Giovanni Smith, 2 years in San Jose, $800,000. Georgi Desenko in Florida, 2 years. We don't have that salary hit yet. And of course, Poling, who we talked about, 1.4 for 1 year in Philadelphia. So Philadelphia getting a few nice pieces put on, not a lot of terms. So that pretty much tells me that Poling is there just to fill a spot. And he'll probably be moved at the trade deadline to a team looking for some depth. That's a lot of time when you see those 1-year contracts. That's what jumps out at me. Is this just a temporary spot for the 3/4 of the season? Some teams need some better goalies. Yeah, Jordan, a lot of goalies out there. Done cutting the lawn. Curtis, you want to come cut my lawn? Because I've been putting it off for like a week. Matthews is not a free agent. Matthews is a 1 year left on his deal. But Matthews is now available for a contract extension. So that's what they're trying to work out. Do they offer him an extension for how long and how much? Obviously, getting Matthews done would be a big deal. Nylander in the same spot, right? Nylander needs that contract extension to get something done. But from what we're hearing, Nylander and the Leafs are very far apart in terms of dollars. So we don't think it's going to be a good thing there for Toronto when it comes to Nylander. So I do expect Nylander to be traded. I expect him to be out. Mark, they have not. They have not at all. They haven't done anything else. We're waiting to see something, but nothing coming in from Toronto. We're waiting. We're hoping. Social media is still going nuts about the Bertuzzi deal. Leaf fans all over are not happy. The one big thing, if you missed it, was Michael Bunting. Michael Bunting signing with the Carolina Hurricanes. So that one hurts our boy. He was a big part of the channel last season. Michael Bunting signing in Carolina. That means I'm going to have to redo our opening highlight video. And we're going to have to pull out the Michael Bunting clips. That one hurts. Let's see. David Kempf and Reeves equal a total of $3.85 million. Ryan O'Reilly plus random minimum guy, $5.3 million. I don't think the Leafs are starting the summer well. I don't think the Leafs are starting the summer well at all. It's not a good. It's just not a good hockey day for the Leafs or the Raptors, because of course the Raptors, in case you're a basketball fan and missed it, the Raptors losing Fred VanVleet as he went and signed with the Houston Rockets. Anything else? Any news? Still okay. So here we still have interest in Bertuzzi. Yeah, I don't care if they still have interest. I want to know what's going on. Give me Bertuzzi. Give me Matt Duchene. Give me something. So that's it. That's it. No big rumors. Nothing else on the board. That's going to bring us down. Would you traded Marner and kept Bunting? No, probably not, Gerard. They probably could have afforded Bunting. I'm waiting to see what the salary pickup was. Bunting last year was making peanuts. So I'm curious to see if he ended up at $3 million. Did he end up at $4 million? Did Carolina give him $5 million? Like, how much of a raise did Michael Bunting get? And there's the Thunder. The Storms are starting to work their way through. We're waiting for news on Tyler Bertuzzi. Waiting for news on Michael Bunting. Let's see if I can find him directly. You know, they certainly don't make it easy. I just want to know what's happened with my bunts. Let's see if we look up Michael Bunting directly. Is there anything on here? Nope. Nothing updated on Michael Bunting's cap friendly page. Yeah, he made like 9. He was like 1.15 last year. So, how much of a raise did Bunting get? We will see. QC Matthews traded for McDavid. I doubt it, Dawson. I think Edmonton, with them signing Connor Brown, Edmonton is gearing themselves up for a significant playoff run this year. If the Oilers do not go to the Cup Finals, then I think you will see the team blown up. then I think you'll see it blown up. But not this year. There's no way they're making a trade like that this year. So we're waiting on the details of Michael Bunting. I know it's now 2 o'clock. We're into the third hour. We're going to be wrapping it up real shortly. I'm just waiting to see that Bunting update. Whoa! Big Thunder. Wazowski, what's going on? Welcome in. Hope you're doing good. Doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, if we suddenly get cut off without saying goodbye, it's because there's a major storm rolling through, and if we lose power, it would just end the stream. So if we drop off, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We will be live tomorrow for the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, 1:30 Eastern time. Cookie's still on the table, Sam. I think so. Right now, there seems to be a little delay in this data coming in. Just give me the news on bunts. So right now on TV, they're just reviewing all the trades so far, and nothing impresses me less than not giving me the data we want. That's why I cut the lawn early. There you go. You were smart, Curtis. You were smart. So I guess just to recap, we're not going to recap. We'll recap later. We want to know what happened with Bunting. Here's Connor Sheary. Connor Sheary to Tampa Bay. Sheary in Tampa Bay, 3 years, 2.0 million. So Connor Sheary signs a 3-year deal in Tampa Bay. So Tampa getting in on the mix. I think the East Coast teams definitely have been more active than the West Coast teams at this point. And I think that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. We will post if there is anything breaking later. If the Leafs do anything massive, we will definitely drop it on our Instagram, on our community section. We will definitely post it there. That's right, Lewis. There you go. So if anything does happen throughout the day of substantial impact, we will bring it to you in one of our social media outlets, Instagram or community section. We will make sure you have those news pieces of information. As well, as I said, tomorrow, the Jays and the Red Sox, 1:30. That's where we will be. Hopefully you can come by and hang out. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it very, very much. Do you see Max Domi will be a Leaf? Morgan, I did not see that. We've been waiting for the Leafs. I actually haven't seen anything on Max Domi. Where did you see the Max Domi rumor? Because that would be a heck of a way to close the show. Let me know. I'm trying to look right now to see what the deal is there. Is that true? That's right. Jays and Sox, going to be a great game. I'll have to get the Sox logo loaded up so channel members can drop the logo in. Trying to find out real quick to see. And oh yeah, all the points are going to be reset tonight. So all the points will be reset tonight. So tomorrow you'll be able to start earning points again from scratch, and it'll run from July through the end of the summer. When we start up hockey for the regular season, we will reset the points again. So I'm trying to look for this. Toronto Maple Leafs Max Domi. Not seeing anything yet. So, all right, they're talking about Bunting, but they're not saying what was confirmed on Twitter. Wow, the rain is really coming down. So they're not talking about Bunting going to Carolina like what was being talked about on Twitter. Wow, this is crazy outside. All right, let's see. Anything on Twitter? Last look through. I'm not seeing. And not seeing anything about Max Domi. But Kevin Weeks is saying he is going to Carolina. Here, let's see. Don't reset our points. Oh, Dawson, it has to be done. All right. Okay, so it's not done yet. The Michael Bunting deal is not done yet. They're going back and forth. It's getting closer, but it's not done yet. So it will probably be done soon. All right, they're talking about Max Domi. Let's see if anything comes up with Max Domi before we sign off. Oh, they're saying potentially Max Domi might be signing back in Dallas. Oh, and the Toronto Maple Leafs are inquiring and having some conversations. So it seems like Dallas and the Maple Leafs are the two teams in conversation with Max Domi right now. So boy, wouldn't that be interesting? All right, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, as I said, we will bring you through our social media any big signings. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon. We appreciate it. This has been a lot of fun going through the first 2 hours of all the signings. Unfortunately, it didn't go the way us Leaf fans wanted it to go, but we appreciate all you guys hanging out, guys and gals. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow for the Jays and the Red Sox, and we'll see you on social media. If you are not in our Discord, and you'd like to join our Discord community, come in and hang out. Even if you're not a regular Discord user, it's free to download. You can come on in and join our Discord community. We chat there on and off all the time, and we post news and stories. And it's a great way to get kind of a hold of me and all of our information between streams. So if you want to join our Discord, here is the link. It's an invite. Come on in. Oh, EC3 got it there before me. It's quick on the fingers. Come on in. Join our Discord. We'd love to have you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Get one last shimmy and Gerard. There we go. One last shimmy. Boom. So have a great day, a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Take care.